Do you have caregiver training? I'm sure you do, whether it's through orientation or ongoing training. And today it is so important that we talk about your caregiver training and what your process is so that one, you can do more with less, but also so that you can get greater results and comprehension within your caregiver training process. Hi, my name is Bonitatibus, and on today's episode of Home Care Digital, we're talking about caregiver training and how to get more efficient with what you're already doing to improve the results that you're looking to achieve. So one of the ways to get more views and actually have your caregivers watch your training is be the student that you want your caregivers to be. I see this all the time because people invest in training with me and then they don't watch the training or they don't watch the content that's available. How can you expect your caregivers to watch the training that you're having them do if you're not willing to do it? If you're not participating in ongoing training? This is just one of those things I had to bring it up because I see this all the time where people aren't willing to sit down. Yes, I get it, you're the owner, they're the employee, it is a little different, but just think about that. Are you leading by example? The other thing that I think is really important when it comes to the caregiver training process, specifically around orientation, is not having assessments. So often, and maybe you can relate to this, right? You go to a conference and they are just like bombarding you with all this information. You're like, oh my gosh, this is great. There's so much information and you're taking all these notes, but then what do you do with it, right? So often you're getting fire hosed. The same thing in this orientation process where you're just fire hosing your caregivers because you're required to have an orientation. So you just do what's required of you. But what's the goal? The goal is for them to actually comprehend what it is that you are sharing with them. And so if you do something like an assessment in the caregiver training process, which I actually recommend doing a combination of online training in your orientation mixed with in-person orientation so you can kind of get the boring stuff out of the way online, have assessments that allow them to go through the orientation on their own terms, right? All right, watch this video. Okay, here's some 5 questions that they answer, making sure that they're easy, but the assessments just reiterate that they actually understood what it is that you taught. That's the biggest thing when it comes to assessments and orientation. If we're not actually just making sure that they're learning the thing and we're just like, all right, let's just check this box, then what's the point? Why are we even doing it? Just because you have to do it? We want them to actually comprehend everything that you're sharing so that they become really great caregivers. So important to make sure that we lead with comprehension instead of just checking the box. The other thing in kind of getting more with what you're already doing, and I've been pushing this with a lot of my clients, is recording different pieces of orientation or caregiver training so that you can then use that video as part of social media content. This is doing more with less. If you're already creating this content where you're sharing it with your caregivers, why not record it and then put it on your YouTube channel? Now it's done. Hey, maybe somebody missed it. Maybe someone wants to re-watch it. Boom, now you've got this video training. You're able to build these assets. Simple, boom, throw up a camera, attach a little lapel microphone, you're good to go. It's as simple as that. All you gotta do is just record it. Now your orientation training, stuff that you're already doing, or any caregiver training that you're doing in-house, can be recorded and leveraged in your marketing effort. Because here's the thing, if your caregivers are finding it valuable, then it's likely that the client, who is in many cases caring for their loved one, will also find it valuable. There are so many assets that you're already doing in your effort to train your caregivers that can be used to then attract more clients your way. This is working smarter, not harder. Think about right now, what are some things that you're doing in your business that if you recorded, maybe you could use it as marketing materials? Think about those lunch and learns that you deliver to referral sources. What if that was recorded? How could you use that and use that in your marketing effort? That's specifically around education. So if you're doing lunch and learns, you can record it, boom. You also tag the facility that was hosting, tag the person who was the host that works at the facility, boom, now you're getting this reach, showcasing you as the expert, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go out there, work smarter, not harder, use what you're already doing, hit that record button, make it happen. Are you looking to boost your home care brand? Go to thedigitalchamps.com/brand.